Hello, welcome to another Mail Day video, and in this one I'm going to be showing you a few Blu-rays I picked up over the past couple of weeks. Two I got in a store here in the city, another one I got in the post a couple of days ago, but I actually opened it before making the Mail Day video because it looked like there was damage to the set. It turns out there wasn't. I'll get to that in just a second. So the two things I picked up in the city last week were from a special sale that I got alerted to by email. The store, which is kind of the main place in the city here that sells Blu-rays predominantly. Well, not even predominantly, they have games, books. I guess it's actually predominantly a music store with vinyl and CDs and stuff, but it has a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs. So if you want to buy films, that's pretty much the only place you can go to have a good selection. And the deal was 30% off all Blu-rays. All Blu-rays, obviously apart from offers, they usually have like 3 for 200 krona, things like that. So you can't kind of double up on the offers, but just a single Blu-ray or multiple without any other deals, 30% off. And the prices in this store aren't really that good to begin with. I mean, you can't find a Blu-ray for under basically a tenner. So the only way it would work out to be a really good deal would be if you were buying like a big massive box set. Like I think the Friends box set would have been like really cheap if you bought it, but I decided to pick up two things that kind of caught my eye, and together they came to about £16 for the both of them, and I was really happy with that. So the first one is the Wolverine, the 2013 film. Hugh Jackman, obviously, and I haven't seen this since it came out in the cinema 4 years ago, and I loved this film. I absolutely loved it, so I can't wait to go back to it, but also to see the extended cut, and that is what swayed me on this. You can get this release in the UK for about a £5 or £6, something like that, and this is actually around that price with the 30% off anyway, and it has the extended cut. It has the 2 discs, because there are some nice steelbooks of this film around on the internet in various different versions, but I don't believe any of them have the extended cut. So we got the first disc there and then the second one, and I believe the extended cut has the audio commentary by the director James Mangold as well, and there's a nice kind of making of, there's an alternate ending, and yeah, so some nice special features. Really enjoyed this film when I first saw it. Can't wait to check it out again, especially having seen Hugh Jackman's final performance as the character in Logan this year, which was just incredible. So yeah, I'll probably get a steelbook for this at some point, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. And I'll get to that when I pick up literally pick up in a second, the next Blu-ray to show you, and it is a steelbook of X-Men Apocalypse. This was in the store since it came out on Blu-ray for like 300 krona, and I just thought, not a chance in the world, there's no way I'm buying that. But this actually, for some reason, was halved in price, and that's before the 30%, so it actually worked out fairly cheap. So I thought, alright, I'll just get it, because I really loved this film. This was my favourite superhero film from 2016, which is crazy to probably everyone on the planet. You're talking about a year that had Deadpool, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, Captain America, Civil War, Doctor Strange, and I loved a lot of those films, but for me, my favorite was this one, and I've always loved the X-Men films. They feel like comic book movies to me, as much as I love films like The Dark Knight or films like Captain America: Civil War. They kind of integrate kind of the comic book style of those characters into the real world. And not to say that X-Men doesn't do that, but I feel like the X-Men movies, they're more comic booky to me for some reason, and I just love the fun of them. I really do. They're just so enjoyable. I'm not saying they're better films. I mean, I would say that Captain America: Civil War and even Doctor Strange were probably better films overall, but this one I enjoyed the absolute most. I love the characters, and I'm intrigued to see where they go next with it. I think they're doing X-Men: The Dark Phoenix Saga next. So they'll be bringing over What's-Her-Face from Game of Thrones, who played Jean Grey in this one, who I thought was really good. I was really reticent about her in the film, but she turned out to be a great part of this one. It's a really nice steelbook, nothing too fancy or special. It has the 3D disc, which means nothing to me whatsoever, but it has the regular one. I believe there's a commentary from director Bryan Singer. So yeah, it was cool to pick this up along with the Wolverine. I had no plans on picking up 2 X-Men films, and yeah, like I said, with the X-Men series, it's interesting. I guess I'm probably going to try and get steelbooks for all of them somehow, some way, I don't know, because I'd like to own nice editions of these films. I used to have a 5-film box set, I think. It was the X-Men Ultimate Collection. It had the first 3 films, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, and First Class. And with a series like this, it just keeps outdating itself. So there's like the 4-movie collection, the 5-movie collection, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9-movie collection, the Adamantium collection, all this stuff, the Cerebro collection, and it's like none of them are complete really. And then you have all of these spin-off movies that don't really fit in with the other films, even though they're connected. So it's really, I don't know, I guess I'll try and get steelbooks for most of them, because I feel like superhero films are really good films to own in steelbook format. But yeah, I really loved Apocalypse, and glad to own it in a nice steelbook edition. And finally, the thing that arrived in the mail was something I was umming and ahhing about for ages. I really want to see this film, and I really wanted to pick up this edition, seeing how great it looked as far as the package goes, but I've not seen the film. So let's get right to it. It is Dario Argento's Phenomena, the new Arrow Video release. And this is a really, really nice set. I love the front artwork there, just gorgeous imagery. And it's a nice, thick, hard box. All the special features on the back there. And that's another thing that swayed me, was the special features. And what I thought was damaged was one of the cases on the inside looked crunched and cracked, but it just turned out that it was, I don't know, kind of... it had gone off the hinge, but it wasn't broken. So I opened it up and I kind of pushed it back into place. Really, really nice quality booklet. You know, just really feels like you're getting your money's worth. I think it was £25, and ordering it from here in Norway, it went down to 20. Took off the VAT, so that was good. So yeah, you get some nice images on the inside. I don't want to spoil myself too much. But yeah, stars a very young Jennifer Connelly, who I'm a big fan of as an actress, and it gives you a couple of versions of the film, which is another thing that kind of swayed my decision to go for it, because again, quite pricey for one film, but what you get in is pretty decent, I think. So first of all, you get the film Phenomena, and I believe there's 2 different cuts. I should look at the back of the box actually. That'll give me a better indication of exactly what we're looking at. And it's also a brand new 4K restoration, which is supposed to look stunning. I mean, they've released this film before, but they've now done an exclusive new 4K restoration, so that's why it's a bit pricier. So we have a 116 minutes Italian version of the film, a 110-minute international version of the film, and the 83-minute Creepers version of the film, which was cut down significantly from the original movie, I guess, when it was released internationally. So there's Creepers there. Really hard to not get glare on this because the sun's out. But yeah, so you get that there. I don't like how both of the Amores have the same kind of just stock image on the back. It's a bit lazy, and I know other people have thought that as well. But also you get Creepers, the kind of international version, but you also get the soundtrack CD, which is cool. And I believe that the soundtrack was done by the same people who did the soundtrack for Suspiria? The low-rent spin-off, Suspiria, which I love. I love Suspiria. That's the only Argento film I've seen, so I'm hoping for something vaguely similar at least, and I love the music in that. So that's kind of cool. And again, you get the Italian version and the international version. So yeah, just full of glare. Can't avoid it, unfortunately. And you get the original poster on the inside as well, which is really cool. I might end up swapping that out. Another great feature of Arrow Video is to include the original poster artwork to give you a choice. And yeah, that's really about it. I'm probably going to do a movie vlog watching this. I have high hopes for it, I really do. And again, if it turns out to be something that I don't enjoy, then it's one of those limited edition sets that people will want to buy later on, and I won't be looking to make a profit, but I can certainly make my money back. I did the same thing with Society. I got the special edition of that one, the nice kind of box set, and while I liked Society, it wasn't one I particularly wanted to hold on to as this special edition set, so I sold it to a Blu-ray.com member who really loved the film and wanted it for a decent price, and I just said, hey, just pay me the amount that it cost when it was first released, and whoever that person was over the moon with that. So I'll likely do the same thing with this if I really don't like the film, but if I do, then it's a nice addition to have. So that's where I see these kind of limited edition releases as far as making blind buys and stuff. And they are releasing another Argento film next month, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, for the same price, 25 quid, and it only has one cut. And also this has like an audio commentary, a 2-hour new documentary with new interviews and stuff like that. So that's really what swayed me, was like 3 cuts of the film, 2-hour documentary, commentary, soundtrack, CD, nice hard box, deluxe packaging. You really feel like you're getting what you pay for with these things. And yeah, so that's it for this one. Let me know your thoughts about any of the films I talked about and showed, and I'll see you in the next one.
He's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.